Mr. Kelly.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Ms. Taber, thanks for being here. I know you have a great deal of experience in the private sector. You've done things. My question comes back to, and I know we've had a lot of talk about how it's not working, but this failure to launch is really troubling to me. And it is all about the process. So my question, who is in charge of this? Is it you?
Yes, I'm in charge of the program.
All right, so there's an old saying out there, you've got to inspect what you expect. Were there any expectations at all? Because I keep hearing that we just didn't expect this level. We didn't expect this level of volume. It's incredible for me to sit back and understand that that's possibly the case. I think this was designed for failure from the beginning, and I'll tell you why I think that. It was never achieved to achieve success. It just wasn't. And if you're telling me the process, the bid process, the people that got the final bid to build this site, there's no bid process, right?
There was a bid process.
All right,
yes.
so they competed against other people to get this bid.
Yes.
All right, is there a performance bond included in that?
Yes, I'm sure there is. But I'm sure there is, but I need to check on that.
Okay, well, I want to get an answer to that because, to my knowledge, there is absolutely no performance bond.
And I am not the contracting specialist.
No. Well, but you're in charge of it. You have got to have oversight. And I'm deeply disturbed that we are talking about a site that started off with an expectation of cost. It has gone way off the charts, and there's no concern about that. All right? This is not about health care. This is about a website that from the very beginning, after 3 years and all this investment, we still can't get up and onto it? And if I ask you a question, who's in charge, and you say you are, I'm expecting to get answers from you as to who actually was there, how did these people get the bid, were they held accountable for their lack of performance, and is there a performance bond in there that allows the American people to recover some of their money, because not one penny came from the government, it came out of taxpayers' pockets.
So I'm happy to get you that information. Yeah, and yes, it went through.
Well, I've got to tell you, and again, this has nothing to do with you. These cost overruns are off the chart, and the idea that somehow there's an answer in the future is unacceptable. We have driven the gap between what the American people expect and what they do now expect is so little from a government performing at this level. You know, my little town of Butler, Pennsylvania, they had a bid for police cars. Do you know part of that bid was a 10% bid bond, performance bond, that was included? I can't understand how a little town that has a $7.8 or $7.9 million budget can ask for those types of guarantees from bidders, responsible bidders, and the United States government cannot. And the cost of this, if it's actually true, and I want to get to the bottom of it, if it really started off and you expected somewhere around $100 million to be spent, and it's now up over $600 million, and that doesn't include any of the other rollout costs. Can we actually sit here and talk to the American people with any degree of confidence and saying, we've got your best interest at heart here. We've also got your wallets, and we're going to drain them. This is an absolute incredible lack of efficiency and responsibility on behalf of administration, and it doesn't surprise me. This is the way they operate with every single thing. And I can't believe that everybody is finding this out because what they read in the newspaper. If you read the model, if you had the test going, you couldn't possibly sit here today and say it's going exactly the way we expected.